France has produced two of football's greatest defensive midfielders of all times in Claude Makelele and N'Golo Kanté. So what if I told you that PSG's academy had a player capable of surpassing both of these phenomenal players and that he was deemed one of the most talented players of his generation by scouts? However, the game of football decided otherwise. This is a story of mistrust, injuries, and above all, wasted potential. Born in the city of Argenteuil, located in the Greater Paris, on the 23rd of July 2000, Claudio Gomes looked to follow the path of many other greats born in the Parisian region. Claudio started football in his local club before joining the more renowned club of Evreux, which also happened to be the club of the French phenom Ousmane Dembélé and French international Dayot Upamecano. At the age of 13, Claudio was scouted by PSG and joined their academy that same year. His potential as a number 6 defensive midfielder was evident, and comparisons with N'Golo Kanté were quickly made. Claudio progressed through the age groups of the PSG academy, where his leadership qualities were praised and awarded him the captain armband for most of his time at the club. The word of his great potential rapidly spread in French football and was called up for the U17 French national team, where he impressed and was also nominated captain. With the French national team, he participated in the Under-17 European Championships and the Under-19 World Cup, where he formed a powerful duo in the midfield with current Real Madrid midfielder Aurélien Tchouameni. At this point, many believed Claudio's future was secure and that he would rightly follow in the footsteps of the greatest French midfielders to ever play the game. Scouts deemed him as one of the most promising players of his generation. In both 2016 and 2017, Claudio won the U17 French Championships as the captain of the PSG squad. However, even with all these great performances and obvious potential, the path to the PSG first team was not guaranteed. Since the arrival of the Qataris in 2011, very few players have successfully transitioned from the academy to the PSG first team. This is due to the fact that PSG spend incredible amounts in the transfer market to acquire stars and well-established players at the highest level. This makes it very complicated for young and unproven players to break into this team that is constantly packed with talent and superstars. Although nowadays things have changed and the PSG's academy graduates are now able to be integrated into the first team, as perfectly illustrated by the breakout of 17-year-old phenom Warren Zaïre-Emery, back in 2018 this was not the case. A number of PSG academy players had failed to make the transition to the first team, and many had been sent on loans in exotic leagues. At this moment in time, there was clear tension and mistrust between Claudio and his family, along with the other PSG academy players of his generation in regards to the PSG board. Claudio's agent explains that PSG made a single offer in the summer of 2018 for him to sign pro, and then stopped all talks. Claudio felt unsure and did not feel particularly wanted by the current head coach Unai Emery. Claudio also revealed in an interview that Manchester City had been following him since the age of 12 and that they had regularly approached him in the hopes of signing him. That same summer, Claudio Gomes received a call from Pep Guardiola's assistant coach and current Arsenal manager, Mikel Arteta. Arteta detailed a clear sporting plan on how he would be integrated in the Manchester City squad. This clear sporting vision was the complete opposite of the blurry and vague path forward that awaited for him in Paris. In that same summer of 2018, Claudio signed with Manchester City. To many PSG fans, this move was a stab in the back and was seen as a complete betrayal, as Claudio had developed thanks to PSG, and for him not to sign his first professional contract with his childhood club was seen as unimaginable. The first few months at Manchester City went well for Claudio. He slowly got used to his new life in England and got to know his new teammates. Comparisons with Kanté continued, as teammate Kyle Walker always referred to him as N'Golo whilst in training. Claudio was even awarded some playing time in the Community Shield final in 2018, and therefore lifted his first but also his last trophy with Manchester City. Aside from the short appearance in the Community Shield final at the beginning of the 2018-19 season, Claudio mostly played with the under-23 team, and his progression towards the first team was made even more difficult, as 6 months after his arrival in Manchester, in early 2019, Claudio tore his ankle ligaments and had to undergo surgery. It took him a long time to get back to full fitness and struggled to get any minutes in Manchester even with the under-23s. In the summer of 2019, Manchester City decided to send him on loan to PSV Eindhoven. However, again, Claudio did not get any playing time with the first team and instead only played with the U21 team. Nonetheless, Claudio saw this experience as a positive. As he stated, "It was a good experience to play with players of a different footballing culture, and many Man City players played with PSV and came back stronger." The following season, he came back with the Manchester U23, where he performed well and was even tried at new positions like right back. That same season, he also played again with the first team against Swansea in the FA Cup to replace Rodri that was out injured for the game. Needing more first team playing time, the next season, 2020-2021, now aged 21, Claudio was loaned to Barnsley FC in the Championship, England's second division. The team was excited to welcome such a prospect, and Claudio himself was very happy to finally play. Finally, Claudio was able to play with the first team and found plenty of playing time to express his abilities. That season, he played 32 games for a total of 2,600 minutes. Despite this good season, Claudio's loan ended and he came back to Man City. Claudio also decided to change agents to represent him, and at this point it had become clear that Man City would never offer Claudio the pathway to the first team football he desired. Following his return to Manchester and spending the first 2 Premier League games on the bench, Claudio signed a 3-year deal with Serie B side Palermo. Palermo is one of the most legendary Italian clubs, having brought top talents to Europe such as Javier Pastore, Edinson Cavani, or even Paulo Dybala. However, in recent years the club has faced difficulties and was not able to maintain itself in the top flight division of Italian football and was relegated to Serie B in 2017. Again, the fans were excited and curious to welcome such a talent and referred to him as the new coming of N'Golo Kanté. In the 2022-23 season, Claudio played a total of 26 games for Palermo, only missing a streak of 5 games due to a broken hand. Claudio finally found some degree of stability in Palermo, and his good performances earned him the absolute trust of his coach and teammates. This current 2023-24 season, Claudio has played all but 1 game with Palermo. The question now remains, will this renewed playing time in Italy help Claudio kickstart his career again and reach the heights he was destined to reach in his younger years? Or will he never be able to truly fulfill the potential that French football brought light to? In a 2019 interview, Claudio stated that he does not necessarily want to become a star. Do you think this indicates cope as he failed to meet expectations? Or do you believe that Claudio is sincere and that he honestly does not care about fame and success as a footballer anymore? Looking back at his career at the age of 23, it still remains unclear why exactly he was not able to make it like so many other top French players of his generation. Despite this, it is important to remember that he's still only 23 years of age, and he still has all the time in the world to fully develop and express his potential on the biggest stages. After all, let's not forget that N'Golo Kanté, the man himself, only signed his first professional contract with Ligue 2 side Caen at the age of 23.